I've got another example of where I need to apply the square root property. So notice that I have x plus 5 squared equals 16. Now to solve this quadratic in particular, we're going to apply the square root property. So let's take the square root of both sides. Now understand why we would do this. If you take the square root of a square, you end up with this factor right here, x plus 5 equals. So that in effect got rid of the square. The square root gets rid of the square. All right, some might say cancel. I don't like to use that word very casually because cancel to me means eliminate, 0. But that's not what happened here. So x plus 5 is what we're left with. Now 16 is a perfect square. So we can say it's 4. But remember, when you take the square root of a number, you've got to consider both its positive and its negative roots. So let's say then that this equals plus and minus 4. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to actually move this 5 over to the other side. All right, so I'm going to say minus 5 to this side to cancel it, and minus 5 to this side. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Now we're left with an equation that looks something like this. X equals negative 5 plus and minus 4. So we can further simplify this just a little bit more, and then we're almost done. X equal negative 5 plus 4, that's one case, or x equal negative 5 minus 4. That accounts for the plus and the minus that we had right up here. So in this case, x would equal negative 1, and in this case, x would equal negative 9. So these two values right here solve the quadratic equation. And again, if you plug in negative 1 or you plug in negative 9 and then you square it, well, guess what it should equal? You got that right. It should equal 16. So that's a way to check your work, and this is how we would solve this quadratic equation using the square root property.